Hello everyone, welcome back to another Adobe After Effects tutorial. This is Taylor, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create this digital motion background that you can use in your upcoming video projects. Whether it be for a background for text or video, this will be a great background to have in your arsenal. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now that we have After Effects open, let's go ahead and open up a new composition. Call it digital background. And we'll keep it at a duration of 30 seconds, click OK. By clicking Control Y, that'll get us a new solid, and we'll title it Solid 1, and click OK. And with Solid 1 still selected, come over here to Effects and Presets, search up Fractal Noise, double click to apply the effect to the layer. Let's come over here to Effect Controls, and we are going to change the contrast to 650, brightness down to -150, complexity to 5, and right here on the stopwatch next door to evolution, hold down Alt and click on the stopwatch, and then down here in the timeline type in time asterisk 250. Go ahead and close this up. With Solid 1 selected, let's add another effect. Search up CC Ball Action, double click, and we'll adjust a few settings here. Come to grid spacing, up it up to 20, and ball size will be 20 as well. Now with our layer still selected, we'll add our third effect called Tint, double click, and this will allow for us to change the color of our dots in our composition. So what I'd like to do is we're going to open up our libraries so we can use one of these color palettes, and then where it says map white to, select the eyedrop tool, and we're going to come over here and select one of these colors. We'll select this light blue right here. Once we have completed that, we're going to add one more effect. Type in glow under effects and presets, double click, and then we'll increase the radius to 25 and glow intensity up to 5. Now down here in the timeline, we're going to change the blend mode of our layer from normal to screen. Once we have changed our blend mode, select the layer, click Control D to duplicate, and I'm going to change the name to Solid 2. And then with Solid 2 selected, come up here to the Fractal Noise, open up Evolution Options, open up Random Seed, and then we'll just change the number of our random seed to a random number. Then we'll adjust the ball size to 15 and grid spacing to 15 as well. Then we'll open up our libraries to change the tint to a different color within the same color palette. And once that's complete, we'll duplicate this layer one last time. And for Solid 3, once again, open up Evolution Options, Random Seed, and we'll change this to yet again another random number. And then come on down here to Grid Spacing, change that to 10, Ball Size also 10, and then we'll change our color to another color on the color palette. And now that we have our dots and colors in place, select all 3 layers, Control D to duplicate all of them, and with the layer selected, just click and drag to put them all down at the bottom. Once we've done that, click Control Alt Y to create a new adjustment layer, and then we're going to set this adjustment layer right in the center, so now you should have 3 solid layers on top and 3 solid layers on the bottom. Now in Effects and Presets, search up Minimax, and with your adjustment layer selected, double click to apply that to the layer. And then we're going to set the radius to 15. Once again, open up your library so you have your color palettes ready to go, because now we're going to add our background. So click Control Y, and we'll just call this BG. Click the eyedropper tool, and then we'll select this purple right here. And then what we want to make sure is that this is a really dark purple. Click OK, and then drag the background all the way to the bottom. We're going to add another effect to our adjustment layer, so coming over here to Effects and Presets, search up Motion Tile, and once again make sure that your adjustment layer is selected, double click, and then drag the motion tile so it's right above Minimax. And with your current time indicator or playhead at the beginning, we're going to create a tile center keyframe right here, and then adjust the X value to say 1200. And then by clicking end on your keyboard, that'll take your current time indicator to the very end. And then we'll adjust the X value to say 800. And then by clicking home on your keyboard, that'll take you to the very beginning. And so now we have this animation going on in our background. And now to add some variety to our animated background, select the bottom 3 solids, double click U, and we're going to adjust the time to 100 on all 3 of our layers. Okay, so now we'll do a little bit more work to our background. So go ahead and click Control Y to add yet again another solid, and we're going to call this ramp. Click OK. And the color right now really doesn't matter because we're going to change that here in just a second. And search gradient ramp, double click. And then what we need to do is change it from linear to radial ramp. Set the start of ramp at the very center. And then what we're going to do is set the end ramp well below the bottom. So we'll zoom out quite a ways here. End of ramp, and bring it down about here or so, just so it mainly fills up the composition. Now with your ramp layer selected in the timeline, click Ctrl-Shift-C to pre-compose, and we'll just call this ramp. And then move all attributes into the new composition, click OK. Now take the ramp layer and move it all the way down to the bottom, even below the background layer. And now we're going to add one more adjustment layer, so click Ctrl-Alt-Y. In Effects and Presets, search Camera Lens Blur. Double click. Now in the effect controls for Camera Lens Blur, look up Blur Map for layer. Open up the drop-down menu and select Ramp. And now we're going to set the blur radius to 50. So now if you've noticed, on the outside it's blurred out, but then as you get towards the center, it gets a lot more focused. And now we're going to add one more effect. Search up Optics Compensation, double click, set the field of view to 50, and then check the box for reverse lens distortion. And once all that's complete, here is our final product. Thank you again for sticking around to the end, and I hope that you got something out of that. Please drop a like and subscribe so that you can stay in tune for all future and upcoming videos. And with all that said, have a good one.